You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. All right. I am very happy that you all keep asking me questions about families, even though I don't have one. And I'm glad people ask me about children and parenting, even though I have no children. I've never been a parent. Because frankly, I'm a better parent than most of you people would be. Not my audience. I mean, let's just be honest, okay? Half you end up in divorce, the other half are miserable. You don't raise your kids. Everyone's got to work. No one raises your children anymore. You outsource the kids to daycare. Nobody likes the damn kids. I am. I'm way better a parent than most because I at least considered kids enough to say maybe I'll not have kids. But you guys, I'm horny. Oh, me so horny. Oh, me so horny. What do you mean, condom? Why am I poor? Who's this kid? I don't want him. That's how bad you American parents are. Is that I'm probably very likely a much better parent than two parents combined. Not even joking. You're not that high of a hurdle to beat. Again, it's like this. I've got more black people out of poverty than the Democrat Party ever has. And like, well, that's a bold statement. No, it's not, because the Democrats haven't got one poor black person out of poverty. I've gotten a couple out. A couple people read my books. It's not that hard to beat American parenting nowadays. So we have an interesting question. Dear Cappy, I've listened to your audiobook, The Book of Numbers, and I'm currently listening to The Menu. Both are linked down below as they're germane to the topic we're talking about today. I'm requesting a video response. Please keep me anonymous, especially anything mentioned in italics. My core question is, should I pay for surrogacy and egg donors to become the father of two children? Background, you're mid-30s. You're a despicable, gross human being. All right, is everybody ready to... Hopefully you didn't eat, ladies and gentlemen. This is you're about to throw up. This is how bad he is. He is only 5'8". I know. All the girls. Now here, what makes it worse? He's Indian. I know. Oh, my poor sir. You are the most hated man in the world right now. Let me guess, you're a good, reliable guy who makes good money too. Oh, Ralph. Is that a good BMI and in reasonably good shape? All right. I have no medical issues. I currently work as a place. Oh, you are highly paid. Oh, that's right. I remember your background. Yeah, you're very intelligent and you are highly compensated. Oh, you're just the worst of the worst, sir. Have a PhD at a reputable school, and you're very intelligent. You know, you're everything a girl wants, except you're the wrong race and you're 5'8". My God, man. I currently make a lot of money and have no debt. Oh, could you get any more repulsive to women, sir? You have strong, stable finances. Perfect, dare I say? I mean, girls are running from you, man. Didn't you see my video, the podcast I did about how guys who spend more than they make and are always insolvent and in debt get like laid 3 times the amount guys who have no debt and are fiscally responsible? You are just the most repulsive man on the face of the planet to women right now. You probably don't even have a criminal record. I've pursued my passion, which is in the STEM field, since I was young, and for better or worse, I am comfortable financially now. I purchased my first home and have very little left to pay on it. Oh, you're a homeowner too? Good God, Matt. I've been aggressively paying off the mortgage. I hate that. Okay, hold it. If you got I know you didn't ask about this, but if your interest rate is like, say, 3% or lower, please stop paying extra. Let the inflation eat away at it. I know you may not like that, but please, you don't need to. You've paid off enough now. Let socialism work for you. I want to have my house paid off within the next 2 to 3 years. You could do. It's not the worst thing. I mean, yeah, you could do that, but maybe let inflation eat away at it. In addition to my home equity, I have $300,000 in savings. You are drying them up down there, man. You're turning them into a desert. Diversified. I love traveling and spend $10,000 plus a year on travel. So far, I've been to 28 countries and 30 plus US states. Other than spending on traveling, I'm frugal with my money. You are just the most disgusting man. You know how they have the world's sexiest man alive? You are the worst. You are the most unattractive man alive, according to Western females. When you come in here with your high IQ and your distinguished career and your advanced degrees and your hard subjects with your fiscal frugality and responsibility, my God, man, what is wrong with you? I bet you want to date women too. Oh. I've been married and divorced. My ex-wife was attractive, intelligent, and easygoing, but she decided her career was more important and didn't want children. I want to be a father, so we decided to divorce when I moved to a place. Since my divorce, I have dated quite a bit in the past 2 years. So far, I've gone on dates with 76 women. I like how you kept track. 60% had a BMI less than 23, my type. 30% about had BMIs over 23. Between 23 and 25. Okay. Although I've enjoyed many of these dates, I'm beginning to lose hope. I can find a fit, young, financially literate woman who will make a good wife and a good mother. You did. Wait, which one did you read? Did you read the book of Numbers first? Yeah, the book of Numbers. Didn't you see the numbers? You're a STEM guy. Didn't you see the numbers? They weren't made up. I mean, now, admittedly, they were polling data, and they may not. They're a statistical estimate based on polls, but you saw the numbers, right? More than anything else, I want to be a father to my biological children. Although I will keep searching, what should I do if I can't find a suitable woman? Given the nature of my job, it'll be difficult for me to excel at my work if I move outside the United States or Europe. I believe I can learn to be a better parent to my children than most single parents, including me. Oh yeah, without a doubt, dude. You're financially stable. You care. You've been trying. The fact you care and are willing to invest your time into it. Yeah, most look, again, the bar is so low for American parents right now that if you simply help your kid with the homework or decide to homeschool them, yeah, you're likely going to be a better parent than most two parents because they're going to get divorced and no one's going to raise the kid anyway. And my greatest fear of having children through marriage is that my children be taken away from me at any time. I want at least two children, a boy and a girl, assuming I can legally arrange for surrogacy and adoption with me being the only legal parent. Should I prepare and save to spend the estimated $300,000 to $400,000 for two children? Money has never been a powerful motivation for me, and at my age, I'm beginning to see the futility of making money if I can't spend it on what I want most, a family. All right, so I said, any chance you could go to India to find a traditional woman there? Now, I don't know if he's American, like he's American, he just happens to be of Indian descent, or if he's Indian and immigrated to America. Perhaps some relatives or connection exist you could avail yourself of, and I think he is American citizen. Not really an option. I moved here when I was 18 for college and was glad to get away from home. We were poor for most of my childhood, and my family didn't support my career. I no longer know anyone well from India. Okay, well, you are from India. Like I got a buddy. He was not from Vietnam. His parents were from Vietnam. He's a full-blooded Vietnamese guy, but American. Even he went back to Vietnam to find his girl. Now, for whatever non-conscious intellectual reasons there are, I would even argue maybe some genetic advantages, certainly some cultural ones, even though you haven't participated in the culture in Lord knows how many years. But I would not rule out going back to the home country where you got a genetic, I would guess, advantage and certainly a cultural advantage, even if it is submersed or you're not really all that excited about India. Just go. You like to travel, go visit your folks if they're still there. I don't know where they are. But go back to India just to primarily visit family and loved ones. But do invest the time to see if you might catch some fish. It's worth tossing a couple lines in the water because you got kind of a home field advantage or some other cultural, I would even argue genetic advantages there. So that's one thing to consider. But if you've been here that long and you're sour on India, okay, yeah, you're kind of here. I should clarify, I was married to an Asian woman. And my dates since the divorce have been with women of all races. I love how you have it broken down. And you are an affirmative action dater, or not equal opportunity dater. You're not affirmative action. You're dating all across the rainbow, man. I've spoken to some Indian women, but the good ones are generally taken and married by age 25 and struggle to prefer to marry non-divorced men. The Indian women I have met are generally older. I usually find out they have past trauma. Either they divorced their first husbands or have not prioritized relationships. It's too risky. All right. So here's the paradox and here's the problem. In the ideal world, you should have a husband and a wife, a mother and a father for the children. The problem is we do not live in the ideal world. We just don't. And so that puts people at a quandary who want to have children, desperately really want to have children. And that is, especially in the West, the quality and caliber of spouses. I'm throwing men into this group as well. Husband, women, and men is just crap. It's just crap. And you're youngish. And, you can make the argument there's some rugged Gen Xers, but those women are too old to bear children, and those men are too old to want to have children. So the younger generations, I mean, most of the boys are not working. We got needs. They're not masculine. They got debts. Women, we don't have to go into all the very, shortcomings there for motherhood. Most women just frankly love their careers and themselves more than their desire to have children. And so we are now in a post-marriage society, quite literally post-marriage. And to the point, you are a fool to get married, at least in the United States. It is just absolutely pointless. You always leave the contingency plan out there, the line in the water that you might meet a marriageable woman or marriageable guy in girls' cases. But I mean, at least you're not a woman where like you got a menopause coming. I mean, so you could play this game, you could hold out longer if you wanted to, trying to find a traditional woman. And what I would advise, maybe change your dating tactics, try to find a traditional girl. Like we're getting married. I want to have kids. You're going to be the stay-at-home mom and raise the kids. No, we're not getting divorced. No, there's no starter marriage, but that's a Hail Mary pass. And so in today's world, which is not ideal, yeah, I could start seeing the argument for surrogacy. Now, here's the thing. This is you're going to have to answer this question yourself. I know you want to have kids, but are you going to invest the time to raise these kids? You said, "Oh, I'm very professional and very busy." Okay, well, then if you're not going to raise the kids, then I mean, they're already going to be down one parent, right? And I don't know, but we'll get a nanny or an au pair. It'll be a mother figure. Okay, it's a female mother figure. It's not their mom. So I mean, ideally, you would do that. But at the same time, this world is so screwed up, and the risks are so high for getting married that yeah, surrogacy is about the only way. And here, a lot of you are going to argue, well, but that's a single parent. That's a broken home. Like what? 80% of the other kids being brought up? I mean, really, I always got a kick out of Christians. And, oh, marriage is holy. And I'm like, why y'all get divorced so much? Ooh, I would never sleep with a married woman. Who cares? They're just dating the guy anyway. It's not like this is serious or anything. It's like modern day going steady. Today's marriage is like going steady in the 50s. She's gonna like half of you gonna get divorced. And since the average American child is going to be brought up in a dysfunctional home, you're going to deliver better than that, I hope, in the fact you're actually going to invest in these kids. So using the average American parent couple or single parenting situation as the standard, yeah, you might as well. You honest to God might as well. You know, if there's a responsible woman out there, you want to really have kids, you can't find a masculine man, and you vote Republican, by the way. I can't find a masculine man. Voting D all the time. Where've all the masculine men gone? All right, but you're responsible. You're essentially a female version of this guy. You got your finances together. You're worried you can't find a masculine guy. All right. But yeah, you got my blessing. As long as you invest in that kid, there's going to be some hurdles. You are going to have to get help. That's for certain. Maybe what you might want to consider is working up enough money um, to not only have the kids by surrogacy, but so that you could take several years off to raise these kids. Um, and then that way you get them up to about the age of 5, and then they can go off to school or something. That is something I would consider. 3 to 400,000. I know you're not joking about that. I did look into the expense, not for my own personal purposes, really. But yeah, you're right. Surrogate kids are very expensive. And it's because all the legal they can sue, and they gotta take care. What I would recommend you do is go overseas. Well, I mean, here's another question. You're culturally Indian, you're genetically Indian, right? Do you want to have an Indian child? Chances are it's cheaper for a surrogate mother over there. Those 3 to 400,000, that's in the US. And that usually includes like a lot of lawyer costs and all this medical costs, like, oh, she couldn't work the entire 9 months she was pregnant. But yeah, she could work like at least 7 months she was pregnant. And mental health and all, like, you go through it, and there's like these surrogacy clinics, and they go through and they break down all the expense. I'm like, that's just padding her account. Like, here's your money for birthing and pain and medical coverage and the legal doc. I'm not like, oh, you couldn't work for 9 months. No, 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 no. It might be cheaper overseas, and you might also have Indian children if that's what you want. Otherwise, I don't know. I guess you got you want a little chocolate ice cream, huh? You know, a little exotic taste, maybe. Okay, all right, there you go. You get a little. All right, it's your kids, your money. But I would, in general, see if you can't go overseas and find that cheaper, but just as reliably. But then there'd be, well, maybe there wouldn't be adoption issues. I don't know, but obviously you're gonna have to get lawyers in on this and make sure it's done right, so you're not getting screwed out of your money. But in terms of the ethics and morality, by all means, because American parents are crap. They are absolute jokes. I mean, they're so pathetic and sad, and they're I don't there's words I'd like to use, but I want to keep this not I wanted to get out there. But American parents are so poor and such low quality. Absolutely. I mean, if you actually love your children, want to, and exactly what is your other option? You're right. It is too risky, with the risk of divorce and the risk of just like, and I'm sorry, ladies, you don't want to be parents, and that's fine. Just say you don't want to be parents. Don't say, oh, I want to be a mom, but I'm going to like not raise my child, and I'm going to go work all the time. All right. I could see like, well, if you're going to work all the time, ain't no one going to be here. So I might as well just be the only parent. So yeah, you got a green light from me. I just make sure that, realize you are bringing innocent children in this world, and make sure you're doing a good job as a father. And then maybe a nice lady comes along. Maybe, obviously you're going to want to have a female come in to just familiarize, like, this is a female, you know. Here's another thing. You're going to send your kids to private school and homeschool? You don't dare send them to the public schools, right? Do you love your kids that much? So there you go. Let's go to a super chat. See if you guys kindly would subscribe to my channel. And link below. Look, guys, I know a lot of you want to have kids, all right? And I know that's genetic and it's emotional and psychological and hardwired, but please, for the love of God, where'd it go? Here, get the book of Numbers, all right? You really got to understand the risks you're facing. This isn't a joke. This isn't a funny ha-ha. Not when there's divorce. Ask Terrence Pomp, who almost committed suicide. And then the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex, which is look, it's not coming from me, guys. And it's not, I'm not making it up. This comes from Morgan Stanley. They did a study, a bunch of economists, sociologists, and polling data comes from women's mouths. By 2030, they expect half of marriage-age women never to be married, never to have kids. That's their choice. They don't want to get married and have kids. That means mathematically half of you aren't going to be married and having kids. I don't know what percentage of men want. I mean, it would work great if half the men didn't want to have kids either. Then half the people that want to have kids could get together. But I'm thinking more than half the men want to have kids and a family and a wife, but that's not in the cards for you. So you better figure out what you're going to do with your life when half the people don't want to, 1 in 2 of you aren't getting married. So get the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. Ladies, you can get that too. There's a women's section in there as well, ladies menu as well. Because I know you think, oh, I'm going to go girl, MBA. I'm a power girl. I'm a boss girl. And all right, what do you do when you're not working? I don't know. Well, you could cry with a box of wine, or you can read the menu and find purpose and happiness and meaning in life. Channel 1800 Dumb, our New Zealand agent in the field, for $3 New Zealand. He sends a super sticker. I can't see what it is. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field with a traditional nuclear family, for $10. The problem is that the majority of the girls want to have a wedding, be married, but do not want to assume the role of a wife, whereas the man is expected to be husband to a gal who won't be a wife. Right. Women, they all want to get married and they all want to have children. None of them want to be a wife and none of them want to be a mother. I should say none, very few do. I cannot, what the man is requesting is not crazy or sensational or edgy. Right? We are at the point now where, look, think about this statement. Women should raise their children. That is a controversial statement. I'm not even saying whether I endorse it or disagree with it. Just think about that statement. Women should raise their children. And that is controversial. You should raise your children is controversial? Don't tell me the individual is wrong and society is right. Society is effed in the head. You guys are not raising your children. I'll sleep all day being the crazy individual. How dare you suggest parents raise their children? But that's how sick we are. We got it to like someone I mean, the guy could stay home. Depends. Does his wife make more? And then guy stay home. House husband. Sure. Someone stay home and raise the children. So that's now forced onto, that's the environment. That's the world this guy's living in now, where people don't want to raise their own children. Okay. Well, buddy, surrogacy isn't the worst thing ever now, is it? Boom. I think that's it. All right. Link below is the book of numbers analyzing the ROI on the pursuit of women. Please read that, guys. You're going to spend $250,000 easy, cash, just cash, chasing tail. All right. That book is $15, I think. Also, the menu, Life Without the Opposite Sex. Everyone should be reading that one to figure out what to do in case you're just going to be a bachelor or bachelorette for the rest of your life, which is going to be half of you. All right, that's it. See you guys later. Toodles.